Howdy, how's it going? Welcome back, or howdy if you're new. This is the all-new mod case for the ROG Ally X, and this is the battery bank that will strap on to the back of it. We're going to unbox and review both of these, and I'm going to tell you my honest opinion if I think these are worth it, and if you should pick one of these up for yourself. Now, I also want to take a moment to say thank you to the channel OGs. You guys are the GOAT, and you make reviews like this possible because I can stay unbiased and I have no loyalty to anybody but you guys and the audience as well. So even though this was sent over for review, I have not received any financial compensation for this. They did just send this out and said I could keep it for the review, but as always, I never let that kind of stuff impact anything you guys see here on the channel. Now, with all that out of the way, let's just dive right on in before I waste any more of your time. So, this is the ROG Ally X. I'm sure you've seen other people's, but if you haven't seen mine, go check out the videos to see what all mods I've done. I do have the magnetic D-pad, we've got some PS5 thumbsticks, and a few other mods, and tons more coming, so stay tuned if you like mods. Alright, let's open this up. I'm going to set this aside. This mod case comes in at around 30 bucks on their website. You can also get it through Amazon, and typically if you order it through Amazon, it might come a little faster, but the price may vary, so just kind of keep that in mind. I will leave links below. They might track the links to see who buys it and who doesn't, but I will just leave them below so you can decide on your own to buy them or not. No pressure. Alright, so this has a built-in kickstand too, which I can't wait to show you because this one had a kickstand as well built in, but it was not removable. So we're going to kind of compare these. This was the original one right here, and I liked this one a lot, but the main caveat with this one is it was really hard to take on and off. It was very firm, and it was just really difficult to get on and off of there. So first of all, inside the package, protected really well in a nice box. You've got this top layer that's going to prevent it from getting bumped around on these joysticks. So if you're putting this in a book bag, easy to just toss and go. You don't have to worry that much. Now, instantly, you'll see there's goodies inside. Set those there. This right here looks to be for, I believe, the kickstand. Yeah, this should be the little kickstand. It folds up like so. I'll set that aside. These, I believe, are little adhesive strips to help you apply it and kind of have a tug point.
Yes, see Poppy, see Poppy, see Poppy.
For lack of better words. This is the strap that will hold the battery bank on. And I will test out other battery banks to see what fits and what doesn't, because that was my first question, is what will it support as far as battery banks? Is it proprietary? Or is it going to support a lot of other stuff? So, build quality on the strap. It's very lightweight. Let's see how well it grips. Give it a little tug. Well, does this go in there? Should hold on there really good. Strap seems to be built well. It's got a little thing to hold that there. All right, so our foam insert, we can toss that to the side. All right, so here we go. Here's the meat and potatoes. Let's go ahead and set all this aside, move this box out the way. So weight is always a big deal for me because the Ally X itself has some heft to it. There is some increased weight over the original model. So as far as weight, it does feel like they've reduced the weight a little bit, and it does seem to be a little bit thinner, which is going to help you out a ton with putting this thing on. And it does look like they've got a beautiful transparent design on part of it, which I really like, especially in the future if we see some mod cases for the backplate, or if we see transparent backplates, we'll be able to see what color backplate we are rocking, and I really like that a lot. It doesn't add a ton of thickness, but it is going to enhance the grip down here at the corners. Part of the problem with the Ally for some people, and the OG even, is the corners right here might dig into your palms after a couple of hours. So adding any extra cushion is going to significantly help that a lot. So I think overall this feels really well built. Now the kickstand not being built in, honestly, I kind of like that it is removable, even though I kind of liked the design better here. If you break it off, you're kind of just SOL. So, I mean, I'm sure you could break it. It does seem really strong with that little magnet, but what happens if you break it? With this, if you break it, you could just put another one on there. Let's see if we could find this. See how it goes on. So I believe it slides on just like so. Yeah, that's actually pretty neat. Slides on like that, and then we can set it up just like so. I like that actually. That's actually pretty cool. Let's see if we could put it upside down too. So we could put it upside down, and we can actually probably assume that's probably the way it's supposed to be put on, but yeah, I like that. So you can put it on either way. I think that's actually right side up. Yeah, so I was wrong. This is upside down. So you could do it like that, and then for the strap, to strap that on, this is gonna slide just like that. And we'll put our battery bank there, and we'll close that up and strap it in, and the battery bank will hang off the back side. It might obstruct the vents slightly, but we'll check and see. I don't think it's going to obstruct it because there is a gap in between here and there, so it'll still allow air to pass in. It'll be just the same like it was on here, and that really didn't impact temps much at all. So if you're playing on battery and you want to use that battery bank, I don't think it's going to affect temps, if any at all. So let's test fit it and check and see how it fits, because that's the most important thing to me, is how this thing is going to fit. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to take off my cool little ROG logo here, so give me 1 second. Let me get this. All right, I was able to salvage it, so I'm going to just put that there. That way I can reuse it later if I want. Putting it on, you're going to want to dip that bottom corner in first. Dip this bottom corner in there. Squeeze. And you can hold this tab right here. I'm so glad they put this on here, because that's really going to help. Be very gentle around the corners. Pull, 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 and gently pull it like that. Now, over here for this corner, do the same. Gently pull, gently slide, and work that in just like so. For these, you can go ahead and take that out of there. Set that aside. Peel. Set that aside, and then you'll want to gently kind of work this up. It's better to use this when it's been heated up a little bit. If you can kind of warm this up, maybe leave it outside in the sun for a few minutes, it will mold to your device much better, and over time it's going to work itself in there. But as this thing is very cold, it's kind of set in its place right now. But if you just warm it up slightly, maybe even warm it up just a little bit with the hair dryer, you could probably get this thing molded on there just a little bit better around these corners. That's kind of the same thing with all of these kind of plastic skins and rubber TPU kind of cases, if you will. So keep that in mind, that when you put this on, if your vents don't line up perfectly, work it into place, and slowly it will form itself into place. And as you can see, I did not have to heat this thing up. My ports line up absolutely perfect. My power button is perfectly accessible. My vents aren't covered up. The vents line up here perfect. On the rear, my vents line up perfect. I'm actually thoroughly impressed. It does not seem to obstruct anything. I am very, very happy with the fit and the finish, and it actually gives just enough grip to make this thing perfect. It doesn't thicken it up too much, but it does break up that corner enough to where I think I'm gonna enjoy playing this a little bit more. It does add a little thickness, but we're talking maybe like, I don't know, a millimeter, if that. I don't even think it's gonna add maybe a millimeter on that side and a millimeter on the bottom side, but that's a perfect balance. Anything thicker, and you know, it might make it a little too thick. Now, jumping back into this one, if you have one of these, you'll know that these were kind of thick, they were pretty hard, and they were hard to take on and off. Thinner is definitely the way to go with these, but there's a fine line between thin and too thin, and they nailed it. That's absolutely a huge win for the build quality on these. They don't feel cheap. This does feel like premium material here. They made these to fit. This is a very good custom fit. I've seen some of the Amazon reviews for some other products and some other cases, and the fitment is all over the place. So for this, huge A+, huge win. Now let's try the little protective front plate and see how this is gonna fit. So you're gonna put that on like so, and boom, look at that. Fits. You can still keep it charging. You can see your power indicator. You have access to the vents, so your front's protected while it's charging. That's absolutely awesome. And then if we want to put on our little stand, slide that on, flip that out, and look at that. Freaking amazing. I love it. Now, you guys saw me mention the battery bank. Let's go ahead and open up the battery bank. This is a 65 watt fast charging bank. It has a built-in USB-C cable, so you'll never have to worry about bringing a cable or losing it. It is a 20,000 milliamp battery bank, and this should give you plenty of extra life on your ROG Ally. I'll try to do some battery testing down the road, but this is going to give you just an overview of how it feels, how it looks, and what I generally think about it. So let's go ahead and unplug this. Pretty well built cable. It's very flexible, so you won't have any bulk hanging off the ends and poking you as you're gaming. Let's go ahead and set that there. I think this is gonna go like so. And we'll pop this on. And it's got a little screen here too, so you can see how much power is actually left. It's a nice snug fit. Plug it in. Look at that. Perfect length, actually. They really thought of that length and kept that in mind for this device, so you don't have a bunch of extra cable hanging around. And it does still give you fairly enough room for the back buttons, but let's test that theory. So I'm going to give you all the caveats if possible. So let's put this back in here. We'll do it on that one just to get it out of the way. Okay. So this battery makes it difficult for your back buttons right here for sure. But that's not a big deal for me because I don't use the back pedal buttons too much unless I'm playing like a racing game and I'm going to use that to downshift or upshift. So if you're using it for that, kind of keep that in mind. That might get in the way. But as far as the size comparisons go, here's the original U-Green that you've seen on my channel. It's slightly less long, but the JSAUX actually has it beat on the sizing when it comes to the height that way, and the thickness is about the same, but as far as the sizing of the height, it's got it beat. But as far as the length, I mean, we're talking like 0.5 millimeter difference. So between the JSAUX and the U-Green, it's, you know, I think this one's probably going to just fit better because you don't have as much height and you're not going to block those vents in the rear. So as long as you're not really needing the back buttons, it's perfectly fine for that, and you'll be able to use it in any other normal fashion. And if we look here, let's see if we can get that turbo mode enabled with this. And we can.
Wowie. Whoa! No way!
We can definitely get the 30 watt turbo mode enabled. So that means it is putting out at least 65 watts. And that's basically what's required when it comes to enabling that 30 watt turbo mode, is you got to have at least 65 watts. And if you're using a dock, of course, you'll have to compensate for that. Make sure you have a little bit of extra wattage. But as far as on the handheld itself, that's going to power it with no problems. Weight wise, it's going to add weight just like all battery banks, but it's, you know, it's kind of the caveat when you add a battery bank. These things are not, you know, free weight. It does add weight. So just kind of keep that in mind, that it's going to add a lot of extra heft on the back, but it's not too bad. Now, if you're playing this thing sitting down like so, you can actually set it on a table, and that'll double as a little kind of kickstand, if you will, and you can use a controller. So if you're playing on a train, on a plane, or, you know, on your desk, grab your controller, set this up. There you go. Well, guys, if you like this, check out the links below. I'll do a more long-term review on this in the future. I will do some more accessory reviews for the Ally X coming soon. If you haven't seen them already, definitely stay tuned for that. And if there's any other stuff you'd like to see, please let me know. And until the next one, guys, I hope y'all have a good afternoon, good evening, or good night.